What up? Welcome back to another video, guys. Right here in Dirty Jersey, located at Garden State Harley Davidson. Beautiful day out here, blue skies, clear skies, as you can see. Little chilly though, so we got a high of 38, 40 degrees today. Not too bad. We still got some snow on the floor here and there, but overall, nice, beautiful day. And what a beauty we have here. I'm gonna take you guys back with the nostalgic thoughts right now, with the old Marvel Kid 87 videos. What started it all for me, here it is, the 2021 Iron 883, and right next to it we have the 2021 Sportster 48 in that crimson color. Very, very beautiful. What we're gonna do first is that we're gonna take this bike out, and then we'll do a separate review for that, so tune in for this. Main reason I want to have both bikes next to each other is just to give you guys a little bit of comparison. I know that a lot of people, when you're looking at this bike, that is the exact bike you're gonna be looking at next to it as well, and you kind of want to know exactly what is the huge difference, what's going to change the big price point from the 48 to the 883. So we'll start with the Iron 883, right? Beautiful bike. This was my first bike I bought back in 2018. I had a hella fun on this bike. Had this bike for about a year, and then I obviously traded up to my 2020 Lowrider S. But beautiful design bike. This bike gives you that nice feature look from that bobber style era. As you can see in the back, you got that chop fender right there looking really, really nice. Also all blacked out. I feel like this, it was the nicer, and then this bike is what kind of made everything go all blacked out. So now, as you can see, a lot of the specials on the backers, everything's blacked out. My bike, my Lowrider S, everything's pretty much blacked out, and you can say that the Iron 83 and the nicer were kind of like, you know, the starters of that, the originators. Overall, beautiful bike, man. We'll start with the front. We'll start with this gauge cluster out here. Very minimalistic. You're gonna be able to turn your bike on. We'll switch the switch on right here, which, yes, no key fobs, we'll just switch it on. And on here with the toggle, you're able to so your mileage, what else, your time, your gear, what gear you're in, and your RPM. That's what you're gonna be able to see on that. It'll let you know if you have low gas, if you need, if your engine light's on, your battery light is on. There's no indicator on here that lets you know exactly how much gas is left in the bike, but you'll get the gas light on whenever you need, it gets to that low level, right? As far as controls, you're gonna have your on and off switch here, your right turn signal, your power button, your dual turn signal light right here, your toggle switch, your horn, which will, let's beep it right now, beep, your high beam, low beam, and left turn signal. Just like on any other Harley Davidson, we'll go ahead and switch this bike off. Out to the front, you're gonna have your turn signals, no LEDs, obviously. Your headlamp, no LEDs, because this is you know, Harley is still not putting LED headlights on other bikes yet. I really don't know why, but there you go. This light, everybody always switches that light out, because that, I gotta be honest, that light does not give you the best lighting at night. It really sucks. The matching paint fender in the front with the matching paint on the tank. The battery cover right there, and then on the back fender as well in that matte black, looking really nice. I really like this color. One thing you should know about this color, it gets it's very easy to get scratched, extremely easy. So you're gonna be very, very careful with this paint. You don't want to, you know, be dinging anything on it, or have any zippers or keys dinging on it, because it gets scratched so easily you have no idea. And to keep it clean is another thing. Like, it's a hassle. Number one, it's black. Number two, it's matte, so everything is going to show on it. So you got to stay on top of the whole wiping down, cleaning everything down. You're gonna have your wheels right here, your nice mag wheels. These are really, really nice. I'm a big fan actually of these wheels. That one disc brake in the front, no dual disc brakes. This is a Sportster. At the end of the day, you really don't need all that stopping power. You're not gonna have that amount of power to stop anyways with this Evolution 883 engine here. So the Evo has been on the platform obviously for a really, really long time. These are the only bikes that the Evo is still on. surprisingly. Still an amazing engine, bulletproof engine. If it's still around, it's for a reason. It's because it's longevity. It's a great engine. Really easy bike to work on as well, guys. I learned so much on this bike, and like I said before, this was my first bike, and I was able to play around with this bike and take off parts here and there, and it's very, very easy to do. If you guys want to see any of those videos, I have a list in the bottom just on mods on this bike and videos with this bike as well, so you can just take a look at that. The air cleaner on this bike I'm a big fan of. I love the design on there. Just gives a vintage look and style. Very, very cool. Going down to the primary, everything is all black. You got mid controls on here, which is a plus. I am a fan of mid controls. 4 controls, which comes on the 48. I'm not much of a fan of that. I'm a type of rider that I like that type of more aggressive riding, and I like to feel planted on my bike. You're gonna have your dual exhaust on here, which we'll turn them on right now and let you guys hear, but it's stock exhaust and not gonna sound, you know, the best. Your exposed shocks in the back, which is a plus. It just makes this bike look really, really cool with those shocks in the back. One thing about the suspension, guys, it sucks. The suspension on any Sportster is gonna really, really suck. It's gonna be one of the first things you're probably gonna want to change out, and you know, might go with some Legends or something. Yeah, shout out to Legends, by the way. Yeah, so suspension on here sucks, horrible. This bike only comes set up for one person, obviously, with that nice tuck and roll seat. It is not the most comfortable seat either, guys, so I'll be honest with you. This isn't the seat that you kind of want to do 3 or 200 miles in a day. Your butt is going to be hurting, but it's a nice design seat. You can set it up to do a 2-up here and add a little pillion seat, but I don't think your partner is going to be too comfortable back there. Number 1, the seat. Number 2, the suspension. But after you switch a few things out, pretty sure you could definitely spend a few 100 miles on here. So going down to the back, you're gonna have your plate holder right there, which whips out on the side, turns. Beautiful bike, man, just beautiful. Hey, so real quick before we just go into some comparison mode, gonna show you guys who we got here. We got Jerry, the coolest white guy I know. What's up, Jerry? What's up? Jerry, when was the last time you were on a Sportster?
2001.
Did you have a Sportster? Or are you just trying it out?
Yeah. My wife's Sportster was the last one I was on, 2001.
Okay. And you never been in a 48?
Nope, never been on a 48.
So we're going to treat Jerry today to his first ride in a 48. We're going to be taking him out real soon right now. I'll give you guys a full ride review as well. Just before I forget, the gas tank, you're going to have a 3.3 gas tank on here. So not the biggest gas tank. You're going to get average around 100 miles. Depending on what type of rider you are, you might average around 80 miles. And if you have a stage 1 or stage 2, then you're talking about 75 or so. So average around 100 to 110 miles is what you're mostly going to get out of here. Overall, beautiful bike. Do I miss this bike? Yes, sometimes. Sometimes I miss this bike just to the fact that it is so nimble, so fun. Which brings me to my next point. Who is this bike for? This bike is going to be for the new person to Harley Davidson, the person who's going to be ready to purchase their first bike ever. Why? Because it's at a cheap price point compared to the other bikes on the Harley Davidson platform. It is a bike that is very nimble to, you know, learn on. This bike comes in weighing around 550 pounds or so, so fairly kind of low compared to, like, let's say a Softail, which is around 600 pounds. Still a heavy bike, but compared to the others, it's fairly lighter. And it's basically an introduction bike. This is Harley's introduction bike, even though there were streets before, but we don't talk about streets because, yeah, streets. This is basically the opening bike for everyone that comes into Harley. Cheap price point, small, nimble, and it's a bike that's going to be great for city riding. If you're definitely commuting around city areas, you want to be, you know, going in and out of traffic and getting into small places, this is a perfect bike for you. And it's the best bike for city riding. I'm gonna say that if you live in a city area, this might be one of the best bikes for that. Small, agile, nimble, and very torquey. Even with that 883, it's not the most powerful engine. Comes around like 45 foot-pounds of torque I think it has. Not the, you know, biggest, you know, amount of power on there, but with that being said, it is a very, very torquey bike. Torque is always down there at the low gears. Very fun to ride. Now, real quick, I'm just going to show you guys the 48. So obviously the 48 comes with the smaller gas tank. That's why they call it the 48. History right there. The air cleaner is going to be different on there. This one has a more of a classic look. It's very nice and clean. Everything on the Iron 83 is blacked out. You're going to have your polished heads over here, your chromed out exhaust on here, your mag wheels. You have mag wheels on here, but you have thicker and wider tires on this bike, which is going to be a bit of a more comfier ride. And most of all, you have the 1200cc Evo on here compared to the 883. That's going to be the biggest game changer when you're looking at the bike. So bigger engine, bigger tires, and then you also have 4 controls on this bike. It's not the most comfortable position, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure Jerry's going to feel more comfortable on this bike because he's around 6'2", 6'3". How tall are you? 6'3", perfect. I'm at 5'7", so I'm going to be a lot more comfortable. He's going to be a little bit more stretched out on here. Your tachometer is it's almost the same thing, just pushed down a bit more on this bike. Same controls from factory. It comes with the mirrors switched upside down, which gives this bike a nice little, like, again, bobster type of look. I said bobster, bobber style type of look. I like it. This bike is really, really nice. The headlamp in the front, obviously no LEDs either. Besides that, the bike is pretty much the same exact bike as on that. It's built on the same platform, same chassis. This seat, it's even a bit firmer, so you're actually going to be a little bit more comfortable on the 883 on that one, just because of the seat. The seat sucks. Same suspension. It's just like I said, the tank is smaller on here, bigger engine, bigger tires, 4 controls. That's gonna be your difference right there. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the forks on here do look, I never paid attention to that, but they do look a bit more beefier on here than what they do on the 883. So that's another change right there. Besides that, same exact bike. With that being said, we're gonna hop on the road right now. We're gonna go and take these bikes down the road, give you guys my in-depth review of what it feels like to be on one of these bikes. For you guys out there that are in the market right now and you're ready to buy one of these bikes, pay a lot of close attention to everything I just mentioned, all the differences between this bike and that bike, and it all comes down to your finance. It's not a big, huge price point difference. Now, when it comes to price points, this bike is gonna come around $94–$100. They've raised the price up this year. I don't know why. They raised it up another $600. It's the same exact bike, no changes whatsoever, but that's another discussion that we'll talk about. And then this bike is going to be at $11,200. That's what it starts at. This bike starts at $11,200. This bike starts at $9,499. So with that being said, let's hop on these bikes. Let's throw a leg over them and get on with the video. Oh wait, we forgot to give you guys a sound check. Give you guys a sound check real quick. So like I said before, stock, it's not going to be an impressive sound, but once you change these pipes out and get some slip-ons on there, even with slips on, I had slip-ons on my bike at first, sounded amazing. Some Vance & High slip-ons, woof. But if you want to go ahead and do a full stage 1, even better. So that's the thing about these Evos, is that the amount of the sound that you're gonna get out of them when you switch out pipes, it's like no other, man. It sounds amazing. So let's go switch it into gear. Oh, this feels so different. It feels so different, like compared to when I'm on my Dyna or when I'm on my 20 Lowrider S. Which reminds me, if this is the first time you are watching one of my videos, guys, let me just inform you a little bit, tell you a little bit about myself. I own a 2015 Dyna Lowrider, and I also have a 2020 Lowrider S, which I'm building out both of them little by little. So if you want to see some type of content like that, you're definitely in the right place. Go ahead, subscribe, hit that bell button. That's going to notify you anytime I have any type of new content. Look at that 48, man. That 48 looks cool. These bikes have like a little, they have like a thing. They have a cool factor. They just look cool. Oh, it's so weird. So different from my bike. Yeah, so these bikes have like a cool factor about them. Like, they just look really, really cool. They look very raw. Listen, I'm 5'7", you know, I'm more on the shorter end, and on this bike I feel like a giant. I guess just because I'm so used to being on my other bikes, and those bikes are much bigger. On here now I feel like like a giant, man. Now this isn't the bike that you're gonna want for, you know, long distance riding, man. Like, you're not gonna be doing cross country right here, even though I have seen people do it. There's tons of videos out there, people who, you know, push the limits to these bikes, but that's if you really want to push the limits and make it known that you did it. But honestly, do you really want to be doing that type of mileage, just type of riding this bike? Not at all. Not at all. Number one, gas tank's too small for that. On group rides, when I have guys that come on Sportsters, like we stop most of the time just to get gas because of the guys on Sportsters, especially the guys on 48s, man. Okay, drop down a gear. So nimble. This is the bike that you could just throw around anywhere, man. It's a very, very fun toy. It's just so light and agile, and it's just like, it has such a great center of gravity as well. Like, it just feels planted. It feels like the weight is just distributed so equally everywhere. There's some bikes you get on and it's like, it just feels weird. It doesn't feel balanced. I felt like that when I was on, what bike was it? I think it was Jerry's V-Rod. I was like, dude, like, this bike feels like it has like no center of gravity, man. It's just all over the place. I really like that crimson color. It's a really nice color. They came out with a nice teal color for this year for that bike as well. I'm gonna show you guys right now all the colors that the A83 comes for 2021. You can look at those colors. Those are going to be your options there. So quite a nice few new colors this year. The green one's really nice. So you're going to have 5 gears right here as well, guys. So the thing that on both my lowriders I have 6 gears. Here you're only going to get 5. And a lot of people say that you can't do 100 on an A83, and believe me, you can. I used to do 100 all the time on this bike. But this bike, I'll be honest with you, like, once you hit like 85 to 90, it'll do it, but it's gonna sound like it wants to give up. It's gonna sound like, no, like, that's it. I really don't want more. That's what the bike is gonna sound like. But will it do 100? Yeah, it'll do it. Some will argue that, oh, you're crazy, but I had my fun share on this bike. I know what I'm talking about. The little stock sound doesn't sound too bad. Ah, who am I kidding? It sounds alright. Alright, let's go. The gears are very, very nice to shift on this bike. You get a nice positive feel in there whenever you switch a gear. Only one complaint about it, neutral. Trying to find neutral on this bike, it's challenging sometimes. Like, it just doesn't want to look for it. I used to go through that all the time. I gotta say, I learned a lot on this bike. I learned, you know, how to ride better, how to become a better rider, how to do things, how to work on my bike. So it was definitely a cool bike, man. And people always ask me, they're like, well, would you ever get another 883? I mean, I don't need another 883, but maybe one day, you know, when the channel is doing really, really well, and I'm, you know, kind of at that point where I'm able to, let's say, like, give a bike away, this will probably be one of the bikes that I would do that with, this or 48. I would love to do that, man. I would love to give my first experience that I had on a bike, and be able to give that out to someone as their first experience. I think that'll be awesome. That's only gonna happen with your help. So if you guys watch my videos and subscribe and everything, and hopefully we'll get there. Not hopefully, when we get there, we'll do that. We gotta speak it into life. Now let's try to look for neutral. Nope. There we go. Missed that one. Missed it again. You see. There we go. We'll give you guys a nice little sound check right now as well. Again, hop off of it, let you guys know how it sounds like. This bike is gonna have that nice little classic Harley Davidson potato, that type of sound. Beautiful. Fun bike. I think that's going to conclude the video. I hope I was able to help you guys out with any decisions that you're trying to make if you're trying to buy this bike or buy the 48. Like I said before, I'm going to be doing a video on the 48 right now, so if you want to stay in tune with that, that video should be up in a few days. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Like always, let the force be with you. Ride safe and enjoy the ride, baby. Peace.